in my previous video, I unboxed my brand new microphone and went over some of its features like the RGB and basically what it had. However, I did mention that it also has a software. Now, I presumed that when you connected the microphone up to the PC, the software would automatically download. That didn't seem to be the case. However, since that video, I have found the software, so we're going to have a little bit of a play with that today. Now, I have also went and bought a brand new webcam called the PowerConf C200, which is a nice 2K webcam, which is the one that is recording right now. So we're going to be basically doing a demo of what these two, the microphone and the webcam, can do for my future videos. So first of all, of course, we're just going to bring that all the way down. So here we have the Moano microphone software. As you can see, there is a bunch of options right by here to make my microphone sound really cool. We have, of course, the mute option. So you can just whenever you want. Here we have the gain, so I can just adjust the gain volume via the software, which is very nice. This is a cool feature that I hinted at in my previous video. You have the plug here to plug in your headphones, and you can actually hear your voice through your headphones from the microphone itself, which is a very nice option from this microphone. Down by here, now I also hinted at this in my previous video. This is very cool. This is the tone option. As you can see, it is standard set as natural. Then you have the original, which also sounds very nice. It just makes my voice sound a little bit more crisp. And then you have the deep tone. I am not actually speaking deep. This microphone actually does that for you, which if you want your voice to sound very deep, that is a very cool option to have. And of course, then you have the legacy option, which kind of feels like a mixture of all of them combined, which is very nice. But so far, I'm going to set it back to natural. Here we have the RGB option, which just, if you switch it off, you switch off the RGB on your microphone. And then if you switch it back on, of course, it goes back on. You could adjust the brightness color, which is very handy to have. Here is the color selection. As I previously mentioned, on the back you could just switch between the different colors, but on this software you can do that as well. So you have the red, the orange, the yellow, the green, the light blue, the purple, the multicolor, and then back. So yeah, very standard features, but of course then you have the advanced, which again, if you want to mute the microphone, you can mute the microphone. You have the gain here, which, yeah, just does the same thing. This does the same thing. And then you have the equalization, which is currently set at HPF and presence boost. Then you have the presence boost, the high pass filter, and then flat. I just like to leave it the standard. Then you have the limiter, which of course you can just, mess with that. And the compressor, which are both very nice options to have. So this is the microphone options, very, very standard, but changes the microphone so much. So it gives you quite nice options when you're recording in OBS studios. I did not have any of this with my old microphone, so it is already a massive improvement. Okay, so here is the webcam software. It is very, very standard, but also very nice to have. So here are the device settings. As you can see, it is automatically set to 2K. Here is a very nice feature, which I haven't had on a lot of my webcams. I've just sort of had to do it in OBS studios. But you can actually change the angle and frame of your webcam. So it is set at 78. 95 degrees, of course, is giving you a bigger field of view. Back to 78. And then 65 is basically the focus on my face. I kind of like to leave it at 78 for now. Anti-flicker basically just stops any sort of flickering on your video. Yeah, and then we have the image tab here, which of course sets the brightness, the sharpness, the saturation. I typically don't mess with any of these because I have my own sort of settings in OBS Studio, but it is there if you have some other software to use. Optimize brightness, that basically just does something. Auto white balance, now that obviously depends on how much white there is in your room, I guess. Autofocus, now I never switch on the autofocus. Personally, I just like to leave the focus as it is unless absolutely necessary, but it's still a nice feature to have. I'll basically run down what it does. As you can see, it just messes with the focus. And then you can flip horizontally via that. So yeah, overall a nice quick little software to mess around with your webcam. That is basically it. So yeah, those are the options I currently have for my microphone and my webcam. Do expect some little changes with my YouTube channel here and there, because the old webcam and microphone I had, they were getting a bit dated. I've had them for quite a while, and you could tell I needed to upgrade the quality of my video. So yeah, here is to the future of the horror universe. I hope you enjoyed this little bit of a video. I haven't really done anything like this before, because obviously normally I just speak about horror stuff, but it was a nice little setback video, just lay back, relax, and go over the features basically. Let me know your thoughts. What are your thoughts on the brand new webcam, the brand new microphone quality, and I'll see you all next time.